Hello everyone and welcome to Vlogmas Day 13. So for today's Vlogmas, we've got a much more different video than normal. We've got an album review. And I know I say a much more different video, but I'm referring to a much more different video in Vlogmas. For today's video, we've got an album review of Harry Styles' new record, Fine Line. And let me just tell you, I know you can't see it, but I wrote a lot. Like, there's a lot here. Just to give you a little taste of what I'm about to say, I think this record is really interesting, and I'm going to tell you why this record is really interesting in the form of probably 20 bullet points. Yes, so sit back, relax. This is going to be a long video. I hope you're excited, and if you want to see more, then keep on watching. I do want to point this out before I say anything. I looked through my catalog of videos because at this point, it isn't even like, you know, the many videos I've done. It's a catalog. I've done 1,000 videos already. I never reviewed his debut album, which is really crazy. And that was at a time when I was reviewing albums. It came out in 2017 and I realized I never really reviewed the record. But just to put it in summary, I really liked his first record. I really did. I think it was really interesting. I think it was very well done for a debut album. I think, I'm just gonna say it, it was the best debut album out of all 5 from One Direction. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just saying it. However, Fine Line is completely different to his debut album. It is so different. It is so much more open. It is so much more versatile. It's also so much more conceptual than the last record, I will say. I think there's definitely a concept. There's definitely a story that is told in this one. There definitely was a story told in the last record, however it was just a lot more shorter. This one is 2 songs a little more longer, but I feel like there's a whole story from start to finish that is being told. And if I'm being very honest, I personally think Harry Styles is one of the very, very few male artists I enjoy. There's really, really few men in music that I genuinely enjoy, that I genuinely get excited for when they release an album. There's really, I can count them with a hand, and one of them is Tony Bennett. It's Harry Styles and Tony Bennett. Again, I mean mine too, but I mean I can't really count myself as it, so. Actually, it's Tony Bennett, Harry Styles, and Beck. Those are the only 3 male artists I love. I think that there is huge growth in this record musically, and the lyricism in these songs is a lot more different than in the self-titled album. I think in the self-titled album he definitely played it safe. I definitely noticed some areas in that record where things were played just a little bit safer. I think with this record, like I said in the beginning, it's a lot more freer, it's a lot more open, it's a lot more liberal with what he's trying to say. I think he's really conveying a whole story through and through 100%, and I feel like he left nothing back. Nothing was held back, nothing was pushed back with the fear of revealing too much. I think he did an excellent job with the track listing of this record. I think Golden is the best way to start an album. I really, really do feel it's the best track 1 on any album. It's probably the best track 1 I've heard on an album in a long time. And I think the last time I heard a really good track 1 was with 1989 with Welcome to New York. I just thought that was the best way to start the album, and I think Golden was the best way to start the album. And as with the album title track, Fine Line, I think it was the perfect ending to a record. The record definitely started out with a bang and it ended with a bang, and I really liked that a lot. I liked that, you know, there was 2 really big songs from the start and the finish line, and there was a whole beautiful story that was being told in the middle, and everything just pieced together perfectly, and I really, really enjoyed that. I feel like Harry paints a very, very vivid picture with his very bold lyrics and playful music that just boasts color and vibrancy. There's, like, it's very vivid, the picture he paints with this record. I feel like I see so many colors. I see it being a lot more colorful, playful. I see it being a lot more bold and daring, and I definitely feel like the imagery of this record, you know, going from the album cover to the promotional pictures that have been coming out for the record, I feel like they all, you know, intertwined really well with the sound and the lyrics of the album, and I definitely enjoy that a lot. I enjoy when a record just intertwines completely with every single aspect of it. When the videos connect with the music connects with the imagery connects with the lyrics just are the vessel for everything, and it just syncopates very, very well, and I absolutely love that. And I love the imagery that he did for this record, even though some of the pictures are a little bit weird, but it goes really well with the theme of the record, I will say. I do have to say this as well. I'm saying I have to say it so many times, but I do have to say this. The song She is probably one of the sexiest songs on the record, just saying. It's one of those songs where, again, with the idea of painting a vivid picture, like with the outro to the song, I could vividly either see a burlesque dancer dancing like on like a tabletop with a man with a cigar staring at her, or like strippers at a strip club doing a very sensual dance. I could really picture that. I don't know if that's what was the intention for him to picture, but it was what I pictured when I heard that guitar solo and just that outro for the whole record. Also like a very intense sex scene in a movie, like I could picture that too while listening to the outro for the song. Just the song in general has a really sensual feeling, which I generally enjoy. After She, the album definitely takes a turn for the better. Well, not the better. I mean, I can't say that the rest of the album was worse, and then after She, it gets better. But it definitely takes a turn for a more joyful sound, for more playful lyrics. It takes a huge turn. It's as if She was that revelation, and then after that, like, bam, like everything just gets more happy, everything just gets more uplifting, everything just gets more positive, everything just gets more optimistic. It's as if, you know, obviously the first half of the songs, you know, some of them are really sad, like Falling and To Be So Lonely and Cherry. Those songs, you know, definitely are breakup songs, and they are pretty sad songs. So to go from pretty sad songs to these uplifting songs, it's like, whoa, it's a huge whoa. This took definitely a huge turn. And to me, what that resonates to me is that is the work of an artist who is not afraid to take risks with music, who's also not afraid to, you know, make bold moves with a record. And also, you know, I do have to be very, very honest in this album review. You know, the lack of radio play for his songs is very surprising, I will be honest. Sign of the Times popped up every now and then on the radio, for as many times as I would hear the radio, because I don't really hear it that much. But the times I did hear it, it would pop up maybe 1 or 2 times in a day, and it would be like a shorter version, like it would be like a really cut down, chopped down version that was to a point where it just didn't make sense. But with this record, I think it's really shocking to see how little airplay the songs have received. Like, I feel like a lot of the general public believes that this record isn't really radio friendly, which is kind of upsetting, and it's kind of sad to know that this kind of music isn't deemed radio friendly. Songs that are just a little more vulgar in their theme and just a little more vulgar in their lyrics are songs that get radio airplay, but then songs like Lights Up and Adore You and, you know, Watermelon Sugar don't really get that radio airplay. I just think it's really sad to see where, you know, radio music is going. So, the standout songs. I personally think the standout songs, and which were the ones that I enjoyed the most, were Adore You, Golden, Falling, She, and Fine Line. I think to me those are the standout songs on the record. I know some people would argue that Cherry is one of those standout songs on the record. It's probably one of the most petty songs I've ever heard. I definitely feel like it has that pettiness to it that, you know, you don't really hear a lot with, you know, male musicians. And, you know, I feel like Harry is a lot more different than a lot of the more newer, younger male musicians. I mean, I can definitely think of 1 or 2 male musicians that say they're like really bold and daring, but their idea of bold and daring is painting their nails black, and still staying in their little cube and, you know, not really exploring anything with music. I can definitely think of 1 or 2 male artists that are like that. But Harry just goes all out with all of the music. I mean, he writes in a way that not a lot of male artists write in this day and age. And that's why I feel very confident in giving this record the overall rating of 9.25 out of 10. I think it's a stellar body of work. I think it's amazing. I think it's incredible. He got me out of the Christmas loop because I've literally only been listening to Christmas music since November, so thanks for that. And I definitely really enjoyed it, and he's one of the rare female artists, like I said, that I definitely enjoy, and I am very, very excited to see more from him in the future. I think he has a really bright career, and I can't wait to hear more. And with that being said, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the record. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know down below, and subscribe if you're new, because the best will themselves help us out, and I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 14. Oh my god, like we're literally 10 days away from Christmas. That is so crazy. Goodbye.